did we do anything on phobias? I
We
think.
are not supposed to use that word.
Oh, we're not.
It's
Oh,
out of our scope. Fear is still within our scope. Phobia is already not. What's the difference between fear and phobia? Fear is a normal human reaction to an ordinary situation where your life or whatever health or resources are in danger. Phobia is beyond normal, unexplainable. I mean, logically not
right.
explainable. It can be
Logical.
clinical case. Want to remind all the inquiries and calls that you're getting, not all of them will come from your potential clients. We are constantly checked. I don't know if you're aware of it. You're working in that field, you will be checked all the time.
No use of word phobia.
You have inquiry like this. Let's
Okay.
clarify. Are you being diagnosed? Is this actually official diagnosis? A
Okay.
clinician, a psychiatrist, a psychologist gave you this diagnosis, then I won't be able to help you with this. If this is just normal human fear within normal scope, then certainly I can help you.
It seems to me like desensitization would be helpful for.
Mhm. You always can do regression, but before you do this, you just make sure that there is nothing beyond normal traumatic happen. You don't want the person to re-experience that. If it's too much, don't dig. But if it's something like I drove on a highway, got into accident, now I'm afraid to get on, then it's an obvious case, pretty straightforward. You can do regression and rewrite the scenario. It wasn't harmful or you avoided, you rewrite that story of the past. And then once you rewrote it, you do future projections. Therefore, since so and so happened in a good way, because of that, even from now on forward, you will feel comfortable, relaxed, in control, and so on. So that's one way. If it's you see timid person, they need more gentler approach. Like Rosalie said, desensitization, although you're not gonna go like if they're afraid of elevators, you're not gonna go like psychologists would. They're covered by insurance, so they can make few trips to elevator. You don't have that luxury. You need to do it quickly. You can do it in hypnosis, create that desensitization. Say it for me, Rosalie, please.
Desensitization.
Within one session, you could do it. And now you're again. And now you're again there. And now you're again going through this. What's a, do you want to give me example? What is the actual case for fear?
It's fear of driving on a
Driving. This
highway.
is this is very common. You have whole protocol. There are, I
It's
think,
from
four.
the thing is the person she's saying that she used to be able to drive on it, but then she's from the island, so she went to the island and she saw a bunch of accidents. So when she got back to America, she's like, I don't know, I can't drive on the highway anymore, on
So
95
okay,
anymore.
you see, you can even start when you're doing the intake interview. You can use conversational hypnosis while you do. Oh, from there, this is a crazy place. I'm so glad you're not there anymore. It's in the past. It's
You're
in
so
the
glad what?
past.
Oh,
You start with conversational hypnosis while
right,
you do an
right.
intake, while you asking questions, getting details. You already can start. Oh, and the islands, I've heard about it. I'm so glad you're not there anymore. It's in the past. It is all gone. Here's completely different. So you're already reframing, you're moving her on a timeline even. That's in the past. And I understand this is valid. Fear was valid. This is completely different situation. And then if you want to desensitize, whatever, Don't compare to the islands. This is different. But why don't you experience it on your own within the hypnosis session? So you take her on a driver, you create all sorts of imagery. Do not open conversation in the hypnosis. If you'll say, how are you feeling? Are you comfortable driving? She'll say no.
Yeah.
Don't open that conversation. You constantly,
That's what actually happened.
It happened? You did that?
I did one session already. She was very relaxed, and I was opening the experience to go on the highway, and I was trying to gauge the amount of anxiety she was feeling. And she was saying that it's hard for her to gauge because she was so relaxed, first of all. And then close to the end, the anxiety started to come. Because like I was taking her on the highway for where she said she wanted to drive to. And so by the end of the trip, she started to get anxious. The anxiety started to come.
Don't let her talk, don't ask. This is not the point of hypnosis session in this particular case. She knows she has anxiety. She knows she's afraid of it. You don't need to figure things out. You don't need to measure it. What's the point of it? You just do few loops. She may say, even if you don't know, I don't like it, I don't feel good about it, I'm getting anxiety. That's okay. We're getting through it. You need to do it enough times, and I'd rather you do it in hypnosis than on the highway.
Right,
Where
okay.
you're completely safe. You're getting on a highway, you might feel anxiety coming, you might feel discomfort coming up. You might feel that all your muscles tense up. This is human and absolutely normal. Remember when you just first start driving, when you came out first on the highway. We all felt this way.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're just learning again. So you have exposure therapy. This is the other term I was trying to remember. Exposure therapy, but within the hypnosis. So that's okay. You get through. You're becoming aware of your body. You're controlling your breathing. It's rhythmic, deep. Perhaps you can even count. And then you feel more and more relaxed. You reach your destination, you're getting out of car. Well, that wasn't really bad. You made in one piece. Great. And you do it over within one session, so you have to do it quickly. You stretch couple of first ones, but after that you just repeating over and over and over quickly. And now you do it 100 times faster. All the way through, you feel calm and in control. At some point, you may experience tension, discomfort, fear, anxiety. It's totally normal.
You call it repeat exposure?
Exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy. Okay.
Yeah, you're exposing her to the experience. And you do it over and over, faster and faster. So it records the subconscious mind. Remember, in the hypnosis, it doesn't matter where it happened, for real or imagined, it still records the real experience. And now she has 10 tracks. She drove through, she didn't die, nothing happened to her, and she controlled her state. From very beginning, you have to make it clear that it's totally normal to be nervous. Where would you be if you never experienced fear or anxiety? You'd be dead. This is survival mechanism installed by nature. Only thanks to that we're still alive. We'd be all extinct. It's totally normal to get nervous. It's totally normal to be afraid to be killed on a highway. It makes you a better driver. You become more diligent. You pay attention. You don't get distracted by whatever, putting mascara or eating donuts in the car while driving. It makes you excellent driver. So you underline that and you can embed it throughout the session. Here and there, salt it a little bit with this. It's normal. Very often clients will say, well, I am nervous, even like about public speaking. I want not to be nervous. It's not possible. Everybody's nervous. So what is the level of your nervousness and what do you do with this? So don't
Right.
promise it's going to go away. It will not. It shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't.
Right. Gotcha.
But we can decrease the level and we can make it manageable. Manageable. So manageable. This is a good way to work with this. But there is a whole kit for fear of driving in hypnotherapy course. Just find it. It should be in the files.
Okay.
There are at least 4 scripts. See if you can use some of it or combine them. You can also put her past experiences, what she observed in the island, kind of in a movie,
Okay.
and run it few times, decreasing. Like now there are no colors even, it's black and white as though it happened in another century. 100 years ago this movie was made. Now there is no sound. And now you're rewinding this tape, it's so old, some pieces are completely gone and erased. And now you can barely guess what's happening. It's so old, you don't even know for sure now what really happened and if it really happened. Or it's just a game of your mind. Just like in the past, your mind filled in empty spots with a negative imagery. Now you can intentionally fill it in with positive and have her creating a positive imagery of all roads are safe, even though in the past they weren't. You can add that. You don't need whole session for this. You just add it. If she's been away, she just have to relearn it. It's absolutely normal to be nervous, but the longer she puts off, the worse it's gonna get. She feeds the fear then. So she just have to do it through I don't like it, through I don't feel good.
Right.
How many things actually in life feel good? Really. Life is generally uncomfortable experience, and if we make peace with this, life will actually become more comfortable. And also you can do it like a chain, not for too long when you talk to her. So you get in a car and how do you feel? I feel nervous, I feel anxiety or uncomfortable. And then what? Normally when in life, in other situations, when you don't feel comfortable, then what happened? So she'll change. I'll just get through. I just have to do it. I don't have a choice. And then what? You get done, and then what? You feel good about it.
Well, I just have something to add, which might be helpful, is just if you get them to confirm that the fear is interfering with their daily life. And then if yes, then, you know, the reality that if you face your fears, that's the way to overcome it. And to do it slowly within the hypnosis is a beautiful way to prep for the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you're getting your license, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And also, well, this is actually one of the most effective things I've seen in my practice. Fear, if you put your entire focus on it, this is the biggest problem right now. She sets a goal now to overcome this fear. She doesn't see anything beyond that. And many people get stuck up right now in this whatever discomfort or a pain, problem, challenge, and they cannot see beyond. We need to have them look beyond that. What will happen if you overcome this? What are your generally goals in life? What are your dreams, even if it's not related to this block, to this fear or pain? Let's put that aside for a couple of months. Tell me about your life. What are your dreams? Where are you moving? What are your next steps? Well, I'm going to college, or I'm starting a new career, or I'm getting married. I think I'm gonna have children. I'm starting a business. I'm writing a book. Have them focus on that. Imagine all those steps that we take in life. If the next step is much bigger, problem you experience doesn't have that much power. It loses its power. It's just a stepping stone. What if there are few Goals that are big and important and make her excited. Then this tiny block, discomfort that she feels, has absolutely no meaning. You just step over it. She'll share a little bit of information. You can use that in hypnosis then. Perhaps this is one little thing that holds you back, but once you overcome it, you can reach all your goals. And if you can do that, what else are you capable of? Fear of driving is very common, by the way. You'll hear a lot. Due to accidents, or they didn't leave house for whatever reason for a long time, or they heard somebody got into accident, or they saw something on the news. Say, okay, at the other end of the town, your mother is in an accident, or your children, or your wife, whatever. But you're afraid to get in the car. What's gonna happen? Well, then I'll just have to. It wouldn't matter what I'm afraid of. But that can be applicable every day if you need to go to work and make a living. What's more important?